Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Alex Thomas here, back with another review for you guys. I'm here to review WandaVision, the Disney Plus original series presented by Marvel Studios. The show about Wanda Maximoff and Vision and their story together after the events of Avengers Endgame. And I'm gonna give you my quick thoughts on the show itself, the full series. The full 9 episodes is out, so I'm gonna go give you my quick thoughts on the show. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and get into some spoilers. So if you haven't seen the show, I am gonna get into some spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, go ahead and check out the show and then come back to my review if you haven't seen it yet. If not, if you don't care about spoilers, welcome to my review of WandaVision. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit that like button. Please subscribe for more. More reviews will be coming in the near future. Now let's get into the review. Let's go. All right, here go my quick thoughts on WandaVision. Like I said, it stars Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany as Wanda and Vision, and this is basically the story of Wanda having this whole lifestyle living with Vision, and there's a lot of twists and a lot of turns, a lot of things going on within this show. And first off, to me, this show is absolutely amazing. Now let's go ahead and get into the backstory of how this show came to be. Disney Plus has a lot of Disney originals. This was one of them, and this was one of my highly anticipated. And when I first heard the concept of this show, to me is like, what the heck are you doing, Marvel? Basically a sitcom Marvel show. Who knew that was actually going to work? And in my opinion, they absolutely nailed it. Kevin, we got to give a clap to Kevin Feige, because he really knows how to wow us when it comes to these properties and when it comes to these series, when it comes to these movies. So we really shouldn't have doubted him that this will actually work. And right off the bat, Paul Bettany and Wanda Maximoff are amazing as these characters. In my opinion, this is the best they've ever been in these roles. In any of the Marvel films, this is the best they've ever been. And the one thing I love about this series is that we get a lot of time to spend with these characters and really get into their emotions and really get into really in depth with these characters, and why I think a TV show really works with these two characters. I don't think a movie wouldn't have worked the same as a TV show, because you got a lot more writing to do, you got a little more time to have really dive deep within these characters, and I do believe it absolutely worked. Another thing I absolutely love about the show, I love the sitcom aspect of the show. I love that they go through different eras from the 1950s all the way up to 2010s. It absolutely worked with the show. I love the whole the sitcom thing. It just works so well for me. I really didn't get it for the first couple episodes, between like episode 1 and 3. I really didn't get it, because I really didn't understand what they were really going for, but for the show. But when it had to be the episode 3, episode 4, it really nailed it. I really understood exactly what they were going for with this show, and it absolutely worked for me. After that, I absolutely loved every single episode up until that point. Another thing that I loved about the show is the additional characters that introduced. The actress who played Monica Rambeau, she is fantastic in the show. I absolutely love her character. When she first got introduced into the series, she was actually a character within the sitcom, and then we finally realized that she was actually a sword agent that was brought in to investigate basically the whole thing of Westview, which is the place that Wanda is living in with Vision, and she's brought in to figure out what's going on from the head of one of the heads of sword. And it's just crazy the way they brought that whole thing in. Randall Park is also amazing in the show as well. Kat Dennings is pretty good in the show. As little screen time she gets, she is pretty good in the show as well. Like I said, I love all the additional characters in this show. Go ahead and get into another thing that I loved about the show is Kathryn Hahn. Kathryn Hahn is fantastic in this series. She really nails every single aspect of the character that she plays. She plays Agnes, which is the nosy neighbor, and she really does do an amazing job in this show. The direction is amazing. I can't remember who directed this. His name's like Matt something. I'm sorry that I'm butchering your name, or I don't really know your last name, but he did a fantastic job directing every single episode. I got to give it to him. I got to give it to the writers. They really did an amazing job writing this series. They really did do a good job. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get into the spoiler section of certain aspects of the show. I'm going to get to a more deep dive within the episodes and give some of my favorite parts. of the show. So if you, like I said, if you guys haven't seen the show, I'm going to get into some spoilers. Now let's get into it. Starting off with one of the first spoilers I actually loved is that we find out that Agnes is actually Agatha Harkness, which is a witch that has basically been, she's been living for 1,000 or hundreds of years, and she's basically just came up on the scene because Wanda cast this hex over this entire town and basically held this whole town hostage because she wants to live a sitcom life. I absolutely love the aspect of this scenario that is going on with these characters. Another thing I absolutely love is that Wanda's children, Billy and Tommy, they are great in this show. I absolutely love these two little kids, man. I want to see more of them in the MCU. Hopefully we get to see more of them in the MCU. I absolutely love them as well. Paul Bettany as Vision, he's, like I said, he's amazing in this show. I absolutely love the certain aspects of what he goes through within this show. And there's a part in the show where Vision is out wondering what's going on in Westview because he doesn't understand why he doesn't remember anything since Westview. He only knows Westview. So he goes on the I think it has to be episode 5 or 6. It's the Halloween episode, and he goes out and he's trying to figure out what's going on, and he steps out of the hex, and he's falling apart because he technically does not exist outside the hex. I absolutely love the aspect where he's trying to figure out what's going on, and just the whole fact that Wanda is doing everything, like she's literally controlling everything, and it's really phenomenal the way they execute everything in this show. Another spoiler I want to talk about is that, like I said, we find out that Wanda created Vision. Wanda creates Vision from her own power, from all her grief, all her sadness, all her pain. She literally creates Vision from herself. Also basically creating this whole world because she's so broken at the point where she loses Vision. She got re-snapped and lost everything. She lost her brother, lost her parents. She lost everything. And it basically brought her on to do this whole sitcom thing, like basically trap this whole town into this sitcom world. And it's really amazing the way they execute. Like I said, Elizabeth Olsen really is fantastic in this show. Like I said, the writing is amazing as well. Another thing I wanted to get into, obviously I'm going to talk more about the finale since the finale just happened. We find out that S.W.O.R.D. has recreated Vision. So we get a Vision versus Vision standoff, which was pretty good in this show as well. And like I said, we get the epic battle between Agnes and Wanda, and that was pretty fantastic as well. We finally see Wanda in her Scarlet Witch costume, which was amazing. I absolutely loved it. The scene where she finally just becomes the Scarlet Witch, it is fantastic. I absolutely loved everything that happened within the show. Now, this is a segment I'm going to go and get into that I want to talk about some questions that I also wish they would have answered, that I wish we would have really gotten. Some theories that obviously that came to fruition. Obviously, there was no Mephisto, there was no Nightmare, there was really none of these big things that most people was theorizing. When I was thinking about it, I never thought about Mephisto, I never thought about Nightmare, I never thought there was a bigger threat within the show, because by the end, if they didn't reference anything or they didn't really show us anything, why show that in the last episode? You know, if you really want to bring out a big bad within a mini series like this, you really bring them out within the middle of the series. You don't show the big bad at the end, because now for the audience, we get kind of through in a loop with like, okay, so this person's been here the whole time, why show him at the end? So that's another thing that, you know, I wanted to get out there, is that if they didn't really show they could do references, but there really isn't any hints that there's another big bad, then there was never going to be anything leading to Mephisto or Nightmare or anything like that, which I really did enjoy. I really loved that this was a concealed story within Westview between Wanda, Agnes, Vision, the children. I love that this was a whole thing concealed within this one thing. Another thing that they did, like hint to the Darkhold, which is a magic book that basically just, you know, it has a lot of dark spells and stuff. So Wanda is finally trying to realize how to bring her children back, because yes, her children isn't real because she brought them up in the hex, so they do not exist. So she's trying to figure out how to bring them back, and absolutely love the aspect. That's why I'm so ready for phase 4 to figure out what they're gonna do with this character, because now she has ultimate power now. Like, she's one of the most powerful beings in the MCU, and I really hope we do dive within that more within Doctor Strange 2 or Spider-Man 3. I mean, I'm ready to see what they more do with her character. Overall, I absolutely love this show. I really hope that we get more of this. I don't think we're going to get a season 2. I really do think we're just going to get this one season of WandaVision because, I mean, like I said, we find out that Vision gives some of his memories to the White Vision and he just flies off. So we don't know where he's going. He might be trying to find himself. We really don't know. I guess we'll figure out. I don't know if he's going to pop up in Doctor Strange 2. Who knows when he's going to pop up. I guess we'll find out within, you know, whatever they announce. But I'm really excited to see what we have in the future. Like I said, overall, I absolutely love this show. I really do highly recommend it. If you guys are a fan of Marvel, if you guys are a fan of this type of stuff, definitely check it out. I definitely highly recommend it. Like I said, Elizabeth Olsen is a great in it. Paul Bettany is amazing in it. Catherine Hahn is fantastic as well. I really do highly recommend the show. If you guys have watched WandaVision, let me know what you thought of it in the comment section below. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit that like button. Please subscribe for more. Also, I am accepting fan mail. If you would love to send me fan mail, I will put a link to our address in the description. If you guys want to send me any fan mail or anything like that, I would love to hear from you guys. Any letters or anything like that, I would love to hear from you guys. I would love that as well. So like I said, hit that like button. Please subscribe for more. More reviews will be coming in the future. More videos will be coming in the future as well. Hope you guys are ready for that. Click that notification bell to stay up to date on my videos. And I am out on this one, you guys. Peace.